We are in front of Swift's edition of the Volvo 2020. I am very familiar with the 2020 Volvos. I like this. It's easy to use. This is your depth cover. The other trucks, it was open right here. But Volvo kind of sleeked it out, and that's pretty cool. I kind of like that. The way these steps are integrated to the catwalk is pretty slick. I like that. To fuel, you're gonna have to go around to the fuel cap.
Oh, would I even reach that? Wow. Catwalk. Oh, it's hidden.
Yeah, just like the Freightliner, but actually it's a little bit further, closer than the Freightliner's a little bit more in there. Okay, but this catwalk is full. It's a full catwalk all the way across. Isn't that? That's pretty cool. Of course, we have the dual lines, which means we're going to have an air slide and an air release for the fifth wheel lock. Volvo has bigger airbags, and I want you to take a look at the way Volvo's leaf springs are set up. You see how the leaf springs are over the top, and there's a shorter leaf spring mount in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other ones go underneath, and there's a longer fifth wheel mount. Because of that, these Volvos have a, let's just walk over to the International. Let's take a look right here on the side. Okay. So just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. See how long this is? And that our leaf spring goes under the axle. Okay. Volvo designed it differently, where the leaf spring goes over the axle. And let me tell you something. That design makes a huge difference with Volvo. They win big with that, because you'll hit a lot of bumps where your trailer, you had 40,000+ pounds, and your trailer goes, your cab's here, that's your cab's here, your trailer's here, and when you go over a bump, your trailer will hop like this and jerk the living shit out of the cab. And dude, this happens, okay? But in the Volvo, I didn't feel that near as bad, because when the truck bounced, because the trailer bounced, you didn't feel it as much. And it's in the design of the suspension in the Volvo. I got to tell them, that's a good job. It really makes a big difference. Okay? So we'll just take a quick look around. The rest of it is about the same. I really like how the catwalk is integrated.
Yeah, that's nice. Usually there's a huge space on the older ones.
Yep. Now, what happens when we get this? We have to lose something, right? Guess what we lost? The rack that we put the chains on. That's gone. So now we have no choice but to keep the chains under the bunk. So there's the bad news. Let's go inside. All right, now we're in the 2020 version of Volvo's truck for Swift. I'm very familiar with this one. I spent a lot of time in these, and I can tell you the amenities in this truck in comparison to even the Freightliner that I'm in. I really like the Volvos. I really do. Except when they don't run. Shit, because of electrical issues. Hey, okay, so let's talk about what I really like about Volvos. That's aside from the other two trucks. Volvo gives you plenty USBs, man. I mean plenty. I have the power outlet and a USB right here. I have two power outlets down here. Okay, and then you just got what you need in this truck as far as power is concerned. I really liked it. I think there's another one on the other side over there, but I can't even remember. But you got all the power outlets and things that you're gonna need. The others don't have the USB, and you're gonna miss that. Trust me. You can plug in and use the store-bought ones, but because they're thought it out and put it in there, that's pretty cool. This part's pretty good because it's got rubber in here, and whatever you put there, it doesn't slide very much, if at all. They got a little pocket right here, and the pocket is ramped down, so when you put stuff in there, it don't come out, very easily. That is really cool. Again, I spent time in this truck, a lot of time, over 30,000 miles driving the 2019 version of this truck, and it is the same. And it's a very well thought out cabin. I really like it. It done good for me, and it will for you as well. On this truck, as you can see, it's the same radio. This one just says Volvo on it. Okay, did you notice that the other trucks didn't have Freightliner or International written on it? This one has Volvo written on it, and the controls on the steering wheel actually works the freaking radio.
All right.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Okay, again, I can reach all the way to the opposite side of the dash. That means everything that I need to control this truck is all within range. And look, bam, bam, real close, real easy. If I had an emergency situation where I had to throw those trailer brakes on, bam, it's not a problem. Kenworth, I ain't got to get on my knees. Just push that damn thing way down. Come on, man. Come on. You Kenworth, man. Come on. So, needless to say, I like the way the features are in this truck. So now, your air gauges for the main and the secondary air tanks. If you can see those, you get two of them. You don't have one with
Can't see very well because of the sun, but
oh, that's okay. Well, it's got my point is it's got two gauges.
Yeah.
Unlike the other ones, the Freightliner has one gauge and one is blue. Or is it the
one's blue and one's white,
Yeah,
just like the diff and
just
gas.
like the diff and gas. And it's okay, it's not at the end of the world. But the two gauges, truck drivers like gauges, man. I mean, they just like gauges. You see the truck that gives all Peterbilt and Kenworth got
32 gauges.
Yeah, man, all over the place. And them guys are going, yeah, I got me a bunch of gauges. They don't know what 90% of them some bitches mean. Don't even know if they're accurate. They don't care. But they're gauges. They gotta be there. Okay? And so when you see multiple gauges, it just kind of gets you to, yeah! It ain't even no shifter right there. You know what I mean? Come on. That's how it works. Okay. Let's see what happens when I put my... Oh, by the way, listen. Look, watch this. If you don't like the position of these, there's a button here. You squeeze it, and you can remove this.
What?
And put it where you want.
What? That's nice.
Look at that. If Volvo had the part number for these, you could order extras and put 1, 2, 4 of them right there, see? But I tried to order these, and I was willing to pay for them myself, and Volvo dealership couldn't find a part number for this. That actually happened. That actually happened to me. Okay, so this cup is a typical cup for a truck driver, and I like the handle on it because it brings it as you're driving. You can reach down and grab it, and you can take it straight to the mouth to the open part. Okay, it's the reason I like the handle on here. If the handle wasn't there like that, and it fits in there just like that, and I'm driving, I have to find a spout to drink. Okay, it might sound like a small thing, but
1 second makes a difference.
It's a thing. It is a thing. Okay, but with the handle, when I set my handle in it, and it's here, I can pull it, take it to the mouth, put it back. because I know every time I go to my mouth, the opening is going to be there, okay? It does make a difference. So I want to know if the cup holder will fit in, the cup will fit in the cup holder with this full handle on it. Okay, trucking companies, do I know that they make handles that have this and not this? Yes, I know that, but that's not what I have, and I'm the client. So I'm telling you what I want. Come on, here we go. Not a bad fit, not the best, but you know, I can live with that. If I had to, I shouldn't have to, but if I had to, I could. But if this thing was built a little bit bigger, then the whole thing would be able to slide all the way down, because I still have room for the handle. It's just that the bottom ring won't fit all the way down inside. But it still holds it better than the Freightliner, but Freightliner wouldn't even take the cup at all. Okay, so I kind of think that would work. Let's see if it works well without it. Not bad. Not bad. But it's a travel mug. It's a travel mug, and I got to flip my lid up, and it's just too difficult to maneuver this lid. You know, concentrate on what I'm doing, finding the mouthpiece from any position, just taking it to the mouth. I can't do it, and this way I can. It might seem petty, but in fact it's a real deal, and it's something that I care about. Some of you may not. Let me tell you another little tip for the other trucking companies. Volvo has made these rubber floor mats that are integrated. As you can see, they're integrated, and there's 3 pieces, and they snap together. When they groove fit together. Let me see if I can just pull this up. You see?
Oh yeah.
Right there, it fits in that groove in that hole there. Boom. And it fits really nice, man. And you're standing on another piece. That piece is also inner groove to the floor. See the button in the back back there?
There it is.
And this truck is pretty nice. So I'm gonna get out of the way and let you guys. Well, actually, before I do that, here's a pretty deep storage space, and it's got this netting which I really liked. Okay, on the Freightliner there's a door, and the door area is a little bigger than this. But I want you guys to pay attention to all these other trucking companies. I want y'all to pay attention to this lower compartment right here, and the usable space and the thought out space of this storage spot right here. Okay,
Y'all bear with us, the sun is coming through the window. I'm gonna try to get as close as possible to block it out. It looks hazy, I know. It's fine. These are all storage compartments.
now I don't know if, let's see, I have to remember what, right here.
Let the light shine.
Yeah, I want to see if I want to do something with both of these up in their normal storage place. Other trucking companies, watch this. That may not seem like a big deal, but if you're in a Freightliner, you have to push your sun visor down, because the sun visor intercedes with the tracks for the curtains. That's a fact. Okay, this one drop down, picks up. Okay, and this one drop down. Whichever way you leave it, you can still close the curtains, and that makes a big deal.
There you go. Now you can see up there.
Okay, let's talk about these doors right here. This thing right here, this is a storage. got an upper shelf and a lower shelf. Now, Volvo, I want this thing to open all the way. Okay, I don't know what the theory is.
Oh, that's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what your theory is about this thing not opening all the way, but you need to fix that. Okay.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
I don't get it. You know, and then it's like it's not where you can just take this off, this tether, to temporarily make it go all the way. You have no choice. It doesn't go any further than this.
That's strange.
Okay. From here all the way to this thing right here, it's all usable storage. Watch my arm.
As it disappears.
You see that Freightliner? It don't stop right here. Okay, and then you give me that because it's not usable. It's not very usable that way. But if you go ahead on and make it deep like these guys did, I mean, look all the way in there. I could put, well, I put my teas in there, and I will put like 5 or 6 of the 6 packs of bottled teas in Volvo's space right here. This is what I used it for when I was driving the Volvo. This was full of teas. I can put 2 in that truck in the new Freightliner. Okay, so I mean, there's telling pros and cons. It is what it is. Okay, now and by the way, that same thing is on this side too, all the way. I mean, they use all the space, and it's really cool. We have storage here. There's nothing's gonna fall. It's a whole hell of a lot more storage in this area. Trust me, I know it. I actually had, you know, that plastic container of little console crap that I have sitting down on the floor.
Yep.
That whole box, I take that whole box and it sits right here.
Oh wow!
Not down there.
Helpful.
It sits right here, and it doesn't fall out of that basket. None of that, and it's all right here when I get ready to use it.
That's good.
And we can't do that in the Freightliner. The space isn't there, and I mean, Volvo got a lot of space up here. And when I say trucking companies, y'all need to pay attention to this part right here. Man, this thing is just. And there's another USB. This thing's just thought out right. I like this. And the seating in it is pretty cool. So I'll let you just shoot the video there, and everybody see.
Let the sun.
I know the sun's getting us, guys, getting down. Just hang in there.
Now you can see
to show you a little bit.
the 2 gauges there. There you go. Now you can see it. All of this.
All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. I've always wondered why this wasn't a cabinet Volvo. I don't know. There's vents right here, but I was wondering why there's like a small cabinet type of situation right here, because there's a hole. Okay, and this is the antenna for the Qualcomm, but there's a hole right here. And I would put things in there that I don't use daily in this little hole space right here. But it would be cool if there was a swing out pocket area where whoever's sleeping in the upper bunk could have a little bit of storage space right here. But there may be a reason why, and there may even be an option for that. I'm not sure. Okay. This is the TV mount, and remember I said the TV mounts in those other trucks, and they have those little 4 screws that hold the TV, and you kind of need to be careful because it shakes a lot, you know, when you go over bumps, and you don't want the bolts to break off or crack the back of your TV or whatever. Volvo has these little hoops right here. Okay, there's 4. One right here, one right here, one right here, one right here. So you consider straps that come out like this, okay, on either side. And they have these little hoops that grab each corner of the TV, and then these straps that you ratchet and tighten like this. I don't want to open this person's bag, but I want you to imagine these metal strips shooting out both sides, and then those little metal hooks on the corner of all four sides of that TV. And you use the little ratcheting screws to tighten down on that TV. And it adds so much extra support to your TV. This is freaking awesome. I like it, and it helped out the other person, because I left my TV in that Volvo when I got out of it. And it was because I already strapped it in, and I didn't want to unstrap it and then the next person have to try to strap theirs in. So I went ahead and just left the TV for them. But this is a very well thought out deal. What I was a little about was there's a lot of storage space behind the TV. So you know me and my little plastic drawers, I put them in there and I use it to hold all of my entertainment stuff, DVDs and all that good stuff was in those three containers, and it worked well. You can also put a gaming system. You can put whatever you want in this area. It works out pretty good, and it also has the strap to hold it down. Okay, so whatever you put in there. So my DVD player was in here, and my DVDs and movie box was in there. I'm sorry, just the movies. The DVD player I put here, where you can put your gaming system or whatever. It's a lot of space right here. Okay, and there's a socket in there as well. Let's see here. I hope you guys can see a hanging closet. International. There's no big old hump in the way. You got all of this space to get your goodies in there. Okay, and you can actually hang. And I hung clothes in there. You guys will, and look, there's magazine holders right here. See that? You can use this space for anything. I mean, you can put shelvings in there, however you want to do it. It's really, really good usable space. There's another door down here that's open to the floor, and you can put your shoes, dirty stuff, because it's got a rubber floor. So I will put my shoes in there, and I would also put my laundry bag in there. So on this side is another storage. Let's see if I can get that open. Very spacious. Wow. And remember, that's where I put my oven. Remember, I put my oven right here. There's of course another storage right here, and then I put my microwave right here. This space isn't quite big enough for a microwave, but I'm 50 plus, so I made it happen. Okay, and I don't advise anybody to try to make something fit that can't fit in this. You know what you're doing, okay? But anyways, this was where my microwave sat, but this is a good spot. You have a power outlet here. You have 2 USBs right here. Nice. Another power right here. Remember we talked about the Volvo with the radio and AC controls here. Freaking awesome. It's awesome. You can lock and unlock the doors. There's a footlight you turn on right here for the under bunk, not under bunk, but the bunks to the floor light. What's missing is the S-bar heater controls, okay? But the S-bar heater control is actually in the menu of this deal. So it has an under bunk heat, and the whole time I was bitching that I have an under bunk heater and didn't know how to turn it on, like it was something was missing in the install. But it's not, and I was wrong. It's in here, and thanks to one of our subscribers, he showed me how to do that, and unfortunately the next week I got rid of the truck. But it does have an underbunk heater. You don't see S-bar because Volvo built it into their integrated into their system, so that's pretty cool. Okay, let's go up bunk. Let's go up to the bunk, and then I'm gonna put this thing up. But let's go to the upper bunk, and it's maybe difficult to see, but I'm gonna get on this side, and I'll let you. As you can see, let's first show those. Yeah. See those upper vents where you can turn them and shoot them at the bunk? Mm-hmm. And if you go back behind,
oh, look at that!
Look, there's another vent, and then there's the hole that I was telling you that you can put storage in. Okay. Yeah. Now, here you go. I'll let you take over the controls. I just wanted you guys to see that only the Freightliner has that issue, and I'm letting that up because I want y'all to see something else too in the Volvo. Let's take a look at this side. You see that? See how big that window is?
Down.
There it is. See how big, and just for perception, I'm gonna respect it rather. I'm gonna get next to it, and then you see how big this window is, and look, just a flip and it's up.
Nice.
And you got ventilation for that whole window. Super. Look. That is an issue.
At least the top one goes down.
And plenty of window vent for the top. Look at this. I want you to come around so you can see it.
Oh, nice.
Is that one in the upper bunk in the
no, I have to leave my stuff on the dashboard.
Yeah.
No.
It is odd. I don't know what this is, but my Volvo had a similar issue, and I mean this is a easy deal. I mean I just stuffed a little piece of paper down, but I mean mine did that also. Okay, just so you know. I know on any videos that I shot from me sitting back there, you guys didn't see that, and that's because I improvised with it. And I didn't mind to improvise with it. Have you noticed that this truck hasn't shut off?
It has not.
Hey, Freightliner. Again, have you noticed that this truck has not shut off?
Not at all. It's been running.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Not on optimal, whatever.
Yeah, it's goddamn 80 degrees outside. 80 degrees. We got out of that freaking Freightliner sweating like hogs because somebody won't idle 5 seconds.
No.
I mean, it's horrible. Come on, man. It's freaking hot, dude. Okay, so the same vents on the other side that was on this side, so you don't necessarily have to go over there. International. You guys with the skinny cabinets on always alone, this little piece right here, International, y'all got Volvo kind of beat right here. I don't know what the shit Volvo think I'm gonna eat, or what a goddamn TV dinner on this little bitch, some bitch. You can't even write.
It's kind of small.
Yeah, let me look at my hand. Come on, man.
The paper is bigger than that.
Volvo, bro, come on. I need y'all to do something different with this, okay? Come on. And this little bitty storage space right here, I can't even. I can't. It's not all that. The other guys got a thumbs up on that. Volvo got y'all's asses kicked on everything else, though. I'm not saying.
I will. That is the truth.
Yeah. And you think that's the shit? Look here. Look here. Look at this motherfucker right.
Oh,
Look at that.
Nice.
Let me tell y'all something.
Vegetables,
Let me tell y'all
fruit,
something.
orange juice.
Man, come on, Volvo. How y'all do them like that? This joker right here, man.
That's pretty sweet.
Golly.
Yeah.
Got the freezer. Come on, Volvo.
I kind of think I'll take my chances.
Why y'all
with
hurt him so
Volvo.
bad? Why y'all hurt him so bad? This is nice, man. Come on, man. This is freaking nice. You know, when next time I'm in a Volvo and I'm sitting on Saturday with for a tow truck, I'm gonna be glad I got the big ass refrigerator. You had to fix the wiring in this truck so that don't happen.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd have been a loyal Volvo guy. Let me find. I got to remember where this handle was to let this thing up. Where? Oh, it's intermittent. There it is. So this is the under space for this Volvo. Now, this is the third truck we've been in. And although I can climb my ass in there, this so you can see how big that space is down there, I'm not getting my ass back down there again. But I do want y'all to see how much space is available under the bunk of these trucks.
You can actually put a cooler down.
International. Come on, man. Come on, man. Look at all the under bunk space. And in this corner, I don't know if y'all can see.
Yeah.
But there's bags of chains. Okay, so you're not going to get away with taking those chains outside because of the way the big long beautiful catwalk is on this truck. So that space is gone. But you have all of this, and this is huge, man. This is huge. Also, super huge over there. A lot of space. This truck is, man,
definitely trucker friendly.
Oh my God!
You could put 2 igloos in there just to give you an idea of how much space is in there.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, and the mattress that they come with is it actually fits. The mattress that's in my Freightliner is too big, so that I have trouble opening and closing the refrigerator because how big the mattress is. Oversized. I can't open and close the refrigerator very well, and I actually have to pull the mattress out of the way and make sure that the refrigerator is closed, and then make sure that it's actually closed because it'll get bound up in the mattress, and you don't know. You may be driving and think you closed it, but you didn't. So that kind of suck ass. But this is Volvo's mattress, and it fits in, perfectly. The upper bunk, however, the mattress is a part of the bunk. So I'm gonna let it down and you see what I'm talking about. You just pull one hand, super easy, and it comes down. But I want you all to see that the mattress is
it's part of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So whoever is up here better not be a nasty stank ass, because the next person come behind them, woo! That's the downside there. But I'll take it, because the whole time, remember, I never let mine down the whole time I was in the truck, because I never used that upper bunk, and it's just, you just feel so much more room, so much less claustrophobic if you have that upper bunk up. Okay, so if you're a solo guy and you're in a Volvo, you have so much usable storage. Unless you're just a dysfunctional person, there's enough storage in this truck that you don't need to have that down and throw stuff up there. Okay, and so much space underneath the bunk, you shouldn't need that. And this truck, I was in it 30,000 plus miles, and I miss the stuff that this truck has. I wish mine had that refrigerator. I would have been still crying about it, but letting it go. But I did have some mechanical issues with my truck, and I don't even necessarily blame Volvo for it. It should have been fixed, and it had a water leak at the windshield, and when the water dripped down behind the dashboard. It eroded some wiring. This is a 2019, and the truck went to the dealership to get fixed, and even the dealership half-ass fixed it, and even the next morning the truck wouldn't start. The problem is the wires were corroded, was causing a battery drain, and it would drain the batteries in about 3.5 to 4 hours tops. If I took the truck off for 4 hours and walked away 5 hours later, I had to have a jump start. It was that bad, and the dealership couldn't find that peristaltic drawer. All they did was clean the wires up, put it back together, and ship me down the road so that it would do the same thing within the next 4 hours. That's exactly what happened, and I couldn't get any sleep because every night. By the way, have you noticed that this truck hadn't shut off yet? I just want you to know that.
It has not.
Okay, and you did recognize that there was vents up the top, right?
Lots
so
of
it's tonight when it's time to.
I'll be dreaming about this truck.
There you go, Freightliner. Come on, man. Come on. But if it wasn't for that issue and the fact that the dealership that supports Volvo didn't do their job, I'm now driving a Freightliner, and so I hope Volvo recognize that and kick the ass of the dealership that didn't do their job. And believe me, that's not just a Volvo issue. That is a truck industry problem. The industry-wide, the trucking companies need to get together and figure out what the hell they're going to do about their infrastructure and their support, because the maintenance, the mechanical repair part of trucking is, I mean, light years behind the car industry. And I know it because this is what I did for car industry, okay? And trucking is 1,000 light years behind. They do some ridiculous things, and I just don't understand it. And us truck drivers deserve more. It's not like we want to have our trucks sitting at a dealership for days getting half-ass work done for probably 3 times what the amount should be, and everybody loses money except for the people who's half-ass fixing the trucks. They don't give a shit. You know why? Because they're going to give you your keys, take $3,000 from you, and you won't realize that they didn't fix your problem until you're 1,000 miles down the road. And it's an industry problem, and all the big mega companies, mega carriers, need to say, I ain't taking that shit no more. And trucking and dealerships that support big companies like Volvo, Mack, Freightliner, International, Kenworth, Peterbilt, you guys need to say, look, we putting out quality products, and you guys need to support us properly and make it happen. But I'm not driving a Volvo anymore, and we're sweating in the goddamn Freightliner because the dealership didn't fix the goddamn Volvo right. That's the bottom line. So, is there anything else we should cover in this Volvo?
I don't think so.
I think we've done a pretty good job. And again, we haven't done the Kenworth yet. We're about to. But, damn, I missed this Volvo. Here we go.
All right.
Hey everybody, 50 Plus here. What do I do when my recruiter won't return my calls? They're lying to me. They don't have answers to the questions I'm asking. Problem is, once I get those questions, it's already too late. Industry standard. Once a recruiter has got you, they got you. You belong to them. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you my recruiter's information. Her name is Autumn, and if you're thinking about joining Swift, that's who I want you to contact. Give her a call. She's going to send you through the process. Eventually, you're going to wind up on a mentor's truck. When you get on that truck, you're going to be on that truck for 200 hours. For 200 hours, I want your phone in the bunk. If you're willing to do that, I'm going to send you a Blue Pirate headset. You need to let Autumn know 50 Plus sent you.